For those of you who don't know me, which is the majority of you, my name is Kaylin Muchmore. I'm Haney's maid of honor. I first met Haney, or Jessica, or Mrs. D, in 2018 when we were both surviving, not always thriving, in Nanchang, China. Haney was not only the friend that was a translator, because let's be real, I could only say Meisher Cafe, Americano, or Xingbaka, Starbucks. So she was my translator, but also she was my grounding in the year that we lived with one another. She was and is always willing to jump in and help with whatever is needed, and always carries herself with grace and a spirit-led intention. Haney and I are very different personalities, but God has blessed us with one another. She's the Jim to my Michael Scott. Yeah, that'll get him, yeah. When we came back stateside and I ended up getting married, I couldn't think of anyone that I would be honored more to call my maid of honor. I remember being in the thick of it with her and hearing some of her lame dates, and I really mean lame dates. Hopefully none of you guys are here tonight. That would be awkward. That would be really awkward. You know what you gotta say? You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Anyway, I kept encouraging Haney, saying, at least this is going to be a really good, funny story, and once you meet the right fella, this is going to be so worth it. And boy, wasn't Vinny worth it. Some of my favorite memories of Haney are when I first learned that she was going to be my teammate, and I read her bio. Keep in mind, I was living in Alaska in a dry cabin, very different lifestyle than Haney was living at the time. And as soon as I saw that she was from California, and she went to Yale, and she spent the summer in China already for an immersive language program, I thought, great, what a smarty pants. And while she is brilliant and so intelligent and talented, she has such a servant heart and is always putting others' needs in mind while also staying very humble. Another memory that comes to mind is when Haney and I would both meet up at the end of the long workday. We both had very different outlets of how we were getting our stress out. I would be stress cleaning the floor for about the 20th time that week, mopping and sweeping, of course, and Haney would open the door, make herself at home on my couch with 19 journals, a Bible, and Henry Nouwen, and would be talking something super deep and poetic while I'm feverishly mopping the floor. But don't worry, she would lift her feet up for me. She's really generous like that. Okay, Benny, I'm getting to your era now. One day, Haney gave me a call and let me know that she had a date planned with a guy named Benny. And all I could think of was like the, Benny. So I was like, oh, I really like this guy already. They were going to the botanical garden, and I remember she sent me a photo of them after the date, and both of them were really beaming. Probably one of the happiest pictures I've seen Haney in a really long time. You could tell that there was something there, and it was definitely not a type of date that we would be laughing about later on. While I was in the thick of it, in postpartum, and my husband had been deployed, I was completely alone in a state just trying to get through the days. Haney and Benny flew out, partly so I could play 20 questions with Benny. But also, yet again, she was there for me in a difficult season with a selfless mindset. Benny, who didn't know me very well, would get up at 5:30 in the morning with Haney, McKinley, my baby, and Haney's goddaughter and I, mostly because he was sleeping on the couch and he really didn't have a choice. But also, he didn't skip a beat and was quick to step up and help out wherever he was needed. After spending more time with you both, I feel that God has truly blessed you all, and it was completely in his works and in his timing. If you guys would raise a glass, I'd like to share a blessing for Benny and Haney. May you feel supported and loved in both the good and difficult seasons. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face to you and give you peace. May his favor be upon you for more generations, for your children and their children. May his presence go before you, behind you, and beside you. Amen. Cheers. Can someone hold this, please?
This is for you. Thank you so much. Use that for your students.
Kaylin, thank you so much for sharing.
I think it's number for David, the young man there. Okay.
Kaylin, thank you for sharing such few words. It's great to hear more about Justin Benny's stories from
Which is clip
here.
right here.
Moving on, we're going to turn the mic now to David, the best man, who, like Benny and myself, hails from the great nation of Texas.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hi everyone. What a wonderful evening this has been. This one? Hello?
Oh, I turned it off. That's my bad.
Hello.
Hello? Hello everyone, what a wonderful evening this has been. Thank you all for coming, and my name is David. I'm Benny's best man. We met way back in the early years of college. While I can't claim to know Benny the best, that goes to his parents, of course. I have had my fair share of adventures with him, like teaching him to drive. That was exciting, yes. Benny is a true friend. One time when I was in college, I flew to Washington and forgot my car keys on the counter at home. And I called this guy, and he drove up. Actually, he took an Uber. And this was not a small trip. This was from Waco to Dallas, which is an hour-and-a-half drive, just to give me the key for me to drive him back home. Yeah. At the same time, so you get an idea of what this guy can do, we would play video games just for fun to like wind down on the evenings, weekends, and he would make mimosas. We'd play the first-person shooters, right? And so he'd be like, "Here, have another." And oh, you should finish this. And after a couple weeks of this, I realized that I was losing massively, and he was on halfway through his first class, and he was intentionally giving me these so I would be slow. Yeah. Another time we started playing chess like every day just for fun. And after I beat him a couple times, he decided that couldn't fly, and so he learned all the openings. And so just so he could crush me right off the bat. Benny was like family. Junior year, he took me to China to see his parents. That was super cool. I sort of stuck out like a sore thumb because I only brought cowboy boots. Kind of a fail. Benny is amazing at planning trips. If anyone hasn't gone on one with him, definitely would recommend. One time I just gave him a budget and boom, there's the trip. Just planned amazing sights. Another time we decided it'd be fun to drive through North Dakota. That was about it. Yeah. Yellowstone came in really clutch after that, though. The emaciated cow and random shack we saw in North Dakota. Yeah. I drove him up to start med school, helped him move. Kind of sad to see him go, but I was back within a couple months to build a couch, an IKEA couch, of course. Seems to be a recurring theme for, yes. When he mentioned he found someone, I didn't think much of it until I found out he was dating her. And then I was like, who is this person dating my best friend? And that all kind of changed when I met her. It was obviously they worked together, and all they could talk about during our dinner was their future together. It was really quite cute. It made me really happy seeing my best friend, like the spark in his eye from that. Jessica, take care of my friend. He's been there through thick and thin, and even some tears, and so I know he'll be there for you. I'm happy to have gotten to know you, and I'm happy you two are together. I've had my share of adventures with Benny, and I pass that on to you. May your life have, may you have the adventure of your lives and be truly happy. Would you please raise a toast to the journey of Benny and Jessica? Cheers.